Have you started taking magnesium because someone told you it would help you sleep better, relax your nerves, stop leg cramps, ease constipation, calm your heart, support your muscles, lower your stress, or fix that strange feeling of tension in your body? If so, you are not alone. Magnesium has become one of the most popular supplements among older adults, and for understandable reasons. It is marketed as gentle, natural, and almost universally beneficial. Many seniors keep it beside the bed, next to their vitamins, thinking it is one of the safest things they can take. But what if the problem is not magnesium itself? What if the problem is the way it is being taken? What if the very supplement you are using to feel calmer, stronger, and healthier is actually making you weaker, more tired, more dizzy, or more uncomfortable without you realizing it? Hello, I am Dr. Adrian Keller, and in today's video we're talking about magnesium after 60 and why so many seniors are taking it the wrong way. This is such an important topic because magnesium is not a bad supplement. In fact, it can be extremely useful in the right situation, in the right form, at the right dose, for the right person. But after 60, the body becomes more sensitive to many things, and supplements that once seemed simple can become more complicated. What works beautifully for one person can upset the stomach, disturb the blood pressure, worsen fatigue, or create confusion in another. So today, I want to walk you through the most common magnesium mistakes older adults make. We will talk about why magnesium becomes trickier after 60, the difference between magnesium forms, what symptoms should make you cautious, why dose matters more than most people realize, what medications may interact with magnesium, and what you should do instead if you want to support your body wisely. Let us begin with a very simple truth. Magnesium is essential. It matters for muscles, nerves, rhythm, energy production, relaxation, and many processes throughout the body. That is one reason so many people are drawn to it. And to be fair, sometimes magnesium really does help. Some people notice fewer cramps, some sleep a little better, some find bowel movements easier, some feel less muscle tension. But that positive reputation creates a dangerous illusion. It makes people think magnesium is always gentle, always safe, and impossible to misuse. That is not true. After 60, the body is no longer as forgiving as it once was. Digestion changes. Kidney function may gradually decline. Blood pressure may become more sensitive. Medication use becomes more common. Sleep becomes lighter. The margin for error gets smaller. This means the same magnesium dose that once caused no obvious problem can now lead to diarrhea, weakness, low blood pressure, morning fatigue, dizziness, or other symptoms that people often blame on age instead of on the supplement. And that is where the real issue begins. Not with magnesium itself, but with misunderstanding. Think of magnesium like water for a garden. In the right amount, delivered the right way, it helps things grow. But if you flood the garden too fast, in the wrong place, at the wrong time, you do not nourish the roots, you wash the soil away. That is how magnesium works, too. It is not just about whether you take it, it is about how, when, how much, and why. So let us start with the first major mistake. Mistake number 1, taking the wrong form. This is probably the most common magnesium mistake I see. Many seniors assume magnesium is magnesium. They go to a shop, see 10 different bottles, and choose one based on price, advertising, or whatever the pharmacist happened to have on the shelf. But magnesium comes in different forms, and those forms do not behave the same way in the body. This matters a lot. Magnesium oxide, for example, is very common and often inexpensive, but it is not always absorbed particularly well, and it can act more strongly on the bowels. That means some people take magnesium oxide hoping for muscle relaxation or nerve support, but instead they mostly get diarrhea or stomach upset. Magnesium citrate is often better absorbed than oxide and is also commonly used when constipation is part of the picture. But again, depending on the person and the dose, it can still loosen the bowels significantly. Magnesium glycinate is often promoted as gentler and more supportive for relaxation or sleep. For some people, that is true. But even then, it is not automatically right for everyone, especially if dose, timing, or overall health are ignored. There are other forms too, like magnesium malate, magnesium taurate, magnesium chloride, magnesium lactate, and more. The point is not that you need to become a chemist. The point is that magnesium is not one single product. Imagine going to a shoe store and saying, "I just need shoes," without caring whether they are running shoes, winter boots, slippers, or steel-toe work boots. Shoes are shoes, yes, but the wrong type for the wrong situation can create problems. Magnesium works the same way. A senior taking magnesium for constipation may need a different form than a senior taking it for muscle tension. A person with a sensitive stomach may need a different form than a person with chronic constipation. A person with low blood pressure may need more caution than someone without it. But many people never think about these differences. They only think, magnesium should help me. And that assumption leads directly into mistake number 2. Mistake number 2, taking too much. This is one of the most underestimated supplement problems in older adults. People often assume magnesium is harmless because it feels mild and familiar. They may start with 1 tablet, then increase to 2, then decide to double it because they are still cramping, still not sleeping well, or still constipated. They may combine a magnesium powder with a tablet, then add a multivitamin that also contains magnesium. Before long, they are taking far more than they realize. And because magnesium is associated with calmness and relaxation, they do not suspect it could be part of the problem when they feel weak, tired, slow, or lightheaded. But too much magnesium can absolutely create symptoms, especially after 60. One of the most obvious symptoms is diarrhea. Many people notice this quickly. They take magnesium, and their bowels become loose. Sometimes they are actually taking it for constipation, so they think this means it is working. But if the dose is too strong, they may go from constipation to irritation, dehydration, and mineral imbalance. And that is where the situation becomes more serious. If diarrhea becomes frequent, the body can lose fluid. If fluid drops, blood pressure may fall. Weakness increases. Fatigue increases. The person may feel shaky or dizzy, especially when standing, and instead of realizing the magnesium is too much, they blame aging, poor sleep, or some vague off day. Too much magnesium can also contribute to a general heavy, slowed down feeling in some people. Muscles may feel weaker, blood pressure may feel lower, morning energy may be worse instead of better. This is particularly important in seniors who are already taking blood pressure medication or already have a tendency toward dizziness. The body likes balance. More is not always better, and this becomes especially important because many older adults use magnesium reactively. A bad night? More magnesium. A cramp? More magnesium. Constipation? More magnesium. Stressful day? More magnesium. But that is not a thoughtful strategy. That is nutritional improvisation. A supplement should not be treated like a panic button. Now let us move to the third mistake, because this one surprises many people. Mistake number 3, taking it at the wrong time. Magnesium timing matters much more than people realize. Many seniors take magnesium at night because they heard it helps with sleep. And sometimes that can make sense, but not always. If the magnesium form is one that affects the bowels, taking it late in the evening may create exactly the kind of night you do not want. Instead of relaxing, the person feels bloated, uncomfortable, restless, or wakes up needing the bathroom. Sleep quality worsens. Then the next morning, they feel drained and assume the magnesium did not work, when in reality the issue was not magnesium itself. It was the wrong form or the wrong timing. Others take magnesium first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, then wonder why their stomach feels unsettled later. Some take it together with other supplements or medications without considering whether it affects absorption. Timing matters because the body is not static. Digestion changes throughout the day. Bowel activity changes. Sleep vulnerability changes. Medication timing matters. Meal timing matters. Think of magnesium like sending a delivery truck. It is not enough to say, "We sent the package." The question is, when did the truck arrive? What road did it take? And was the building even open when it got there? That is why the best magnesium schedule depends on the reason someone is taking it. If bowel support is the main goal, the approach may differ from someone using it for muscle relaxation. If someone already wakes frequently at night, bedtime magnesium may need more caution rather than less. If someone has a sensitive stomach, taking it with food may be much smarter than taking it alone. A common mistake among seniors is copying someone else's timing without asking whether that timing fits their own body. Your friend may take magnesium at 9 p.m. and sleep beautifully. You may take it at 9 p.m. and be in the bathroom at midnight or feel washed out the next morning. That difference matters. Now let us talk about something even more important. Mistake number 4. Ignoring medication interactions and kidney function. This is where magnesium stops being a casual supplement and starts becoming something that deserves real respect. After 60, many people take medications daily. Blood pressure medicine, water pills, thyroid medicine, antibiotics now and then, diabetes medication, acid-reducing medication, heart rhythm medication, bone medication, and many do not realize that magnesium can affect or be affected by some of these. For example, magnesium can interfere with the absorption of certain medications if taken too close together. Thyroid medication is a classic example. If magnesium is taken too close to it, absorption may be reduced. Certain antibiotics can also be affected. That means the medication you need may not work properly, not because it is the wrong medication, but because the timing with magnesium was poor. This is not the kind of thing most people would guess on their own. That is why supplement timing and medication timing should never be treated as separate worlds. Then there is kidney function. This is perhaps the single most important reason magnesium becomes more complicated with age. The kidneys help regulate magnesium balance in the body. If kidney function is significantly impaired, magnesium can accumulate more easily. That does not mean every senior has dangerous kidney problems. But it does mean that older adults should be more thoughtful, especially if they already know their kidneys are not working perfectly. When the kidneys cannot handle excess efficiently, even a supplement that seems mild can become a bigger issue. This is one reason I never like the phrase, "It is just a mineral, so don't worry about it." No, worry is not the right word, but respect is. Respect the kidneys, respect age, respect the interaction between supplements and the body's filtering systems. Now let us move to another very common mistake. Mistake number 5, assuming magnesium is the answer when the real problem is something else. This is such an important one. Many people start magnesium because they have leg cramps, poor sleep, tingling, weakness, or muscle tension. And sometimes a magnesium deficiency really does contribute to those symptoms. But very often, the symptom has a different root cause. Leg cramps may be from dehydration. Weakness may be from poor circulation. Tingling may be from B12 deficiency. Poor sleep may be from late eating, anxiety, nighttime bathroom trips, or blood sugar swings. Burning feet may be from nerve stress or glucose instability. Restless nights may be from poor sleep habits, not low magnesium. This is where older adults can get trapped in what I call the wrong supplement loop. They have a symptom. They choose a popular supplement. The symptom does not improve or gets worse, so they increase the supplement. The symptom still does not improve. Then they blame themselves or decide their body is just failing. But the body is often not failing. The body is just not being asked the right question. And that is why magnesium should never be treated as the default explanation for every cramp, every bad night, or every strange leg symptom. Now that we have covered the main mistakes, let us talk about the symptoms that should make you cautious if you are already taking magnesium. The first obvious one is persistent diarrhea. That is the body telling you the form, the dose, or the timing is not right. The second is dizziness, especially when standing up. If you feel lightheaded after taking magnesium, that may suggest fluid shifts, lower blood pressure, or a body that is simply not tolerating the supplement the way you assumed it would. The third is unusual weakness. This one is tricky because people often take magnesium to help the body feel stronger or calmer. But in some cases, too much or the wrong context can leave a person feeling more washed out than before. The fourth is stomach discomfort, bloating, or bowel unpredictability. If a supplement is meant to help you feel better but constantly disrupts your digestion, it is worth questioning whether it really belongs in your routine the way you are using it. The fifth is feeling worse instead of better. This may sound obvious, but it is astonishing how many people keep taking something simply because they believe they should, even when their body is clearly not happy with it. One of the strangest habits humans have is loyalty to a bottle. If a supplement has a good reputation, people often doubt themselves before they doubt the product. They think, maybe I'm just tired, or maybe I need even more, instead of considering that the supplement itself may be part of the issue. Now let us talk about the smarter path. What should seniors do instead? The first step is to get clear on why you are taking magnesium in the first place. Not in a vague way, not because it's good for me, not because I heard everyone needs it. A real reason. Is it for constipation? Is it for cramps? Is it for sleep? Is it for muscle tension? Is it because you were told you are deficient? Is it because a doctor specifically recommended it? This matters because the reason should shape the form, the dose, and the timing. The second step is to stop assuming that one magnesium routine fits everyone. A senior with constipation and a strong stomach is different from a senior with loose bowels and low blood pressure. A senior on thyroid medication is different from a senior not taking it. A senior with kidney disease is different from one with normal kidney function. A senior with poor sleep from anxiety is different from a senior with poor sleep from nighttime snacking and blood sugar swings. The body is specific. Your supplement strategy should be specific too. The third step is to simplify. Many people do not need more supplements. They need a cleaner routine, one form, a sensible dose, a clear reason, a safe time, no overlap, no guessing. The fourth step is to support the body in the basic ways that magnesium often gets asked to replace. For example, if you are cramping because you are dehydrated, magnesium will not solve the real issue. If you are waking up tired because you are eating too late and your blood sugar is unstable, magnesium may not solve that either. If your tingling comes from low B12, poor circulation, or nerve irritation, magnesium may only distract you from the true cause. That is why I so often return to the fundamentals: hydration, blood sugar stability, walking, protein, sleep routine, and targeted testing. Supplements should support the fundamentals, not replace them. Let us take leg cramps as an example, because this is one of the most common reasons seniors reach for magnesium. A cramp is not one single diagnosis. It can come from dehydration, poor circulation, overuse, inactivity, blood sugar issues, certain medications, electrolyte imbalance, or nerve irritation. If the true problem is dehydration and long sitting, then magnesium may only partly help or not help at all. But if you increase water intake, improve circulation with walking, and review medications, the improvement may be much greater. The same is true for sleep. Many seniors take magnesium for poor sleep, but poor sleep after 60 often has many layers: nighttime waking, bathroom trips, late meals, anxiety, dry mouth, sleep apnea, blood sugar fluctuation, bedroom temperature, medication timing. If someone treats all of that with only a magnesium pill, they are trying to fix a whole orchestra with one violin. It does not work that way. Now, does this mean magnesium is useless? Not at all. Magnesium can be helpful, but the body deserves better than supplement guesswork. It deserves a clear reason. It deserves the right form. It deserves the right dose. It deserves the right timing. And it deserves a person who is willing to notice whether the supplement is actually helping. Now, I want to say something deeper, because this topic is not only biological, it is also emotional. Many older adults are scared of decline. They are scared of cramps, poor sleep, weakness, frailty, and loss of control. And when a supplement promises calm, sleep, muscle relief, and support, it feels comforting. It feels like hope in a bottle. I understand that. I truly do. But real health after 60 usually comes less from heroic solutions and more from thoughtful consistency. A better evening routine, more hydration, gentle walking, smarter meal timing, proper medical review, better sleep habits, knowing what is actually deficient and what is not. That is not as exciting as a supplement advertisement, but it is much more honest and much more powerful. Before we finish, let me leave you with a very practical checklist. If you are taking magnesium right now, ask yourself these questions. Why am I taking it? What form am I taking? How much am I taking in total? Am I getting magnesium from other supplements too? When do I take it? Do I take any medications it could interact with? Have I noticed diarrhea, weakness, dizziness, or stomach upset? Do I actually feel better on it? Those questions alone can transform how safely you use it, and if you do not know the answer to several of those questions, that is not a reason for shame. It is simply a reason to pause, review, and become more intentional. Now, I would love to hear from you. Tell me your age and where you're watching from today. And tell me this: are you taking magnesium right now? If so, what are you taking it for? Sleep, cramps, constipation, stress, or something else? And have you ever noticed that it made you feel worse instead of better? I read your comments, and they help me understand exactly what this community is going through. Let us quickly summarize what we covered today. Magnesium can be helpful, but it is not automatically harmless. Not all magnesium forms work the same way. Too much can absolutely cause problems. Timing matters. Kidneys matter. medication interactions matter. And perhaps most importantly, magnesium is not the answer to every symptom seniors experience. Sometimes the body needs magnesium, sometimes it needs water, sometimes it needs walking, sometimes it needs B12, sometimes it needs a calmer evening. Sometimes it needs the truth instead of another pill. I'm Dr. Adrian Keller, and in today's video, we talked about why so many seniors are taking magnesium the wrong way after 60. Not because magnesium is bad, but because your body deserves more thoughtful support now. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay wise with your supplements, kind to your body, and honest about what is actually helping you. The goal is not to take more. The goal is to feel better, function better, and protect your independence with smart daily choices. I look forward to our next conversation. Until then, take good care of yourself.